Do you have a favorite paintbrush? Because I sure do. I wonder if you can guess mine. You see me use it all the time. Let's do a deep dive into all things paintbrushes. Well, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa. I am the owner and artist here at the Top Drawer RVA located in Richmond, Virginia. I'm also a Dixie Belle brand ambassador. As a brand ambassador for a company that sells brushes, paints, and all of the things, all of the bells and whistles to people across the world, I get a ton of questions every day. And recently, I've been getting a lot of questions about brushes. So today's video is going to be short, it is going to be sweet, and it is going to be super informative. We are going to talk about all things brushes, which paint I like to use with each brush, and why. Okay, so I will link these brushes below here in the video so that every time I talk about one, you can see exactly where to grab it from. I hope that it helps you on your painting journey. We're going to start off with a brush that kind of does all of the things. That is a synthetic brush. So Dixie Belle makes these brushes in different sizes. This is the oval medium. All of these synthetic brushes are 100% handmade. You have different sizes, different shapes, different styles, but they all kind of do the same thing. The reason why I like a synthetic brush is because it does give you a smoother finish when you apply your paint. It really kind of allows you to top load your brush, grab a lot of that paint, and pull it across the surface without creating lines or any marks on your paint when you're painting. Some people are really against brush strokes. Personally, I'm more of a rustic vibe painter. I don't mind brush strokes, but if you're going for a nice smooth finish, the synthetic brushes, all different sizes, are all going to do the same job. If you ask me which one is my favorite, I'm going to say this one, the mini angle. This is really great for cutting in around edges. If you're coming in close to an edge where you don't want to get paint on one side but want paint on the other, this brush is going to be the thing that helps you get there. The other little brush you see in my hand looks a little different than these ones, but it is also a synthetic brush. This is called the Scarlet. This Scarlet actually fits perfectly inside of those 16-ounce containers. It just pops right in there. It's very smooth. Honestly, I would say if you're getting the Scarlet, most likely you're going to be using this for silk all-in-one mineral paint. So even though these brushes, a synthetic brush can kind of do all of the jobs. You can use it with Terra, you can use it with chalk mineral paint, you can use it with silk paint. Personally, I will use my Scarlet or my synthetic brushes on chalk mineral paint or silk all-in-one mineral paint. Remembering that silk all-in-one mineral paint is self-leveling, it's going to give you a nice smooth finish. And sometimes with chalk paint, you might find yourself applying your paint in a different manner versus running it back and forth across the piece or doing an ombre blend. So these work well for all paints, but personally, silk paint, or you can also use this with your chalk mineral paint. Okay, so what's next? Well, this is kind of like a little two-part right here. These brushes right here, not including this one, are natural fiber brushes. Now, when I say natural fiber brushes, that means that they are not smooth, they are a little bit rough, and they're gonna hold your paint in a different way. The reason why I had this one in the bunch is because when it comes to chip brushes, Dixie Belle actually has 3 different options. They have a regular chip brush, which is very cheap, very small. I use this for everything. This natural bristle brush can be used to apply paint, it can be used to apply primer, it can be used to apply a top coat. I keep a ton of these in my toolbox and I use them pretty much every day. But the natural bristles on this are not as smooth as this one. This is the synthetic chip brush from Dixie Belle. It is smoother, and I'm going to give you a hack for this one. This is my go-to brush when I like to apply a top coat with the brush. Because it is so smooth, I get a streak-free finish every time. So chip brushes can be natural or synthetic. Dixie Belle carries both, but when it comes to your brushes that are a natural fiber, they're all going to do different things, and they have multiple purposes as well. I think if you know me as a Top Drawer RVA fan, you might know that I use this brush right here a lot. It's heavy, it's going to give you some muscle power when you're using it, and I like to use it in circular motions to create my pretty much favorite ombre blend. I do an ombre blend in a lot. It's actually on this piece right here. You can use this brush held by kind of the tip of it in a small circular motion to get a beautiful ombre finish. And when I say ombre, it's just mixing a couple of colors together to create something a little bit more cloudy, a little bit more blended than a one color finish. So these are all natural fiber brushes. They all do different things. Even though you can use this for paint, I also have one that I specifically keep for wax. I do like to use this brush with its nice flat head to apply my wax on my projects and then wipe them back with a soft cloth. So natural fiber brushes can work for anything, but if you see me using Terra clay paint is an artisan paint that's a bit thicker in texture. It only comes in these size cans as well as the small little 4-ounce cans. This is the paint that I use when I do that really kind of grungy textured apothecary vibe on my furniture, or I'm looking to maybe blend in some decoupage paper. I often use Terra for those artisan finishes. And when I use Terra clay paint, I always use a brush that is a natural fiber because this paint will keep its texture when you put it on your project. If you're stippling it on your project, it's going to keep those little peaks and valleys when it dries and give you a really fantastic look. So if you are going to try Terra clay paint, I suggest using a natural fiber brush. And if you don't want to spend the big bucks on these brushes, a regular chip brush will do just fine for Terra. It likes a natural fiber brush. Now, you see two more paintbrushes in my hand that are vastly different, especially in size. This is the Big Daddy. I don't use the Big Daddy a lot. It's very wide, and I think if you were maybe blending a couple colors and you're creating kind of a streaky ombre finish, or you had to paint a large surface, you might go to this. Personally, I've only used this on my deck. When I have to redo my deck every year and kind of fresh it up, this is the perfect size to cover those deck boards. So I keep one of these to actually work on my outside deck projects. But the Big Daddy does serve a purpose in painting if you can find a use for it. This is the French tip. The French tips that you normally see me use aren't as pretty and new as this one because when I use my brushes, they get well loved and well used to the point of my French tips becoming very rounded. And that's okay. They're natural. They're going to break off. They're going to shed a little bit. But I use this brush in more of an artisan fashion. This piece behind me with its clouds and it's seen at the bottom, I've got some sheep down here. This was pretty much done 100% with a French tip brush. So this brush will work for all of your paint lines, your silk, your Terra, or your chalk mineral paint. But for me, this is a brush that I like to use to create kind of an artisan finish and do something a little bit different. This is also a great brush for dark wax. If you were applying dark wax to maybe the corners of your project and you wanted to kind of get in there and push that wax in and then wipe it back, this one or the La Petite are really good brushes for wax. Okay, last but not least, cleaning your brushes. Because I know somebody's going to say, hey, I love all your brush info, but how do you wash them? How do you clean them? Well, Dixie Belle has this amazing product called Scrubby Soap. And number one, I wish you all had smell-o-vision because can I tell you how delicious this soap smells? Honestly, I keep one in my kitchen sink. I keep one in my bathtub. I keep one for my brushes. It's kind of like a multi-purpose product. And I really do love it. I use it every day. So besides the fact that it smells delish, you're going to use it all of the time. So how and why do I use this to clean my brushes? Well, when you take it out of the package, you're going to see that it's a soap, right? But inside the soap, there's actually a sponge. And this sponge is pretty abrasive. So when I am cleaning my brushes in my kitchen sink, which some people have a shop with a sink in the shop or they rinse them out outside, I just do it all in my kitchen sink. I will take this brush, I will take this soap, I will take some warm water, and I will rub the brush onto this textured surface until my brush runs completely clear with water. That way I know all of the soap is washed out, all of the paint is washed out, and it's ready for use next time. I will tell you, sometimes these natural fiber brushes that you see right here will hold a stain. So because they're porous, because they're natural fibers, they're going to absorb the color, the pigment that you're using. So this beautiful cerulean blue right here, if I were to use my brush, my natural fiber brush, in this color of Terra clay paint, even after I wash it, you're going to see a slight blue hue on here that's going to stain the bristles. Does it matter? No, it does nothing but just color your brush bristles. So don't worry about that. But if you're looking to clean your brushes, this is what I use. I know some people use mineral spirits or a brush cleaner. But to be honest, this is natural. This isn't going to be too abrasive for your brushes, and it really does the job well for cleaning, and it smells yum. So you can get it in orange, you can get it in lime, you can get it in lemon, all of the delicious citrus scents. But if you haven't bought yourself a little scrubby soap, get one. They have a Bath and Body line there too. The Bath and Body line smells like goat's milk and lavender and rosemary. It's all super yum. I mean, it's really yum. You're used to me saying cute, but this is my descriptive word for this product. That is yum. So I hope that you learned something today about brushes in this little 10-minute tutorial, because if I'm getting the question often, that means that I can give you this video. You can watch it, you can refer to it. If you're a Dixie Belle retailer, you can use this video to advise your clients, help your clients along in their painting journey. I do think one of everything is kind of necessary, just to get the feel of it, to really see how it works and what you like. But if I had to say my favorite brush most likely is the Best Dang brush. It's priced well too. It's not too expensive. I have one for paint, one for wax. I have more than one for paint. But I think if you ask me my favorite, it might be this. A fast second though, runner up would have to be this one. And you can tell by, hello, it's stained, it's painted, it's so well loved. These brushes will last you a very long time if you take care of them, because they are so well and handmade. They're put together really well. They don't shed, and they're fantastic. So I hope you try a Dixie Belle brush today. If you have any questions, please reach out. It's always me and my little phone answering all of the Dixie Belle questions and helping you along on your painting journey. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. New long format videos are posted every Saturday. Shorts pretty much every day. And I'm trying to stick in a little video like this, a little 10-minute tutorial in the midweek roll. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next week.